You're not weak because you're struggling. You're just untrained. You wake up already anxious. Your chest is tight. Emails flood your inbox. One text leaves you spiraling. A casual comment from someone you love sets off a firestorm in your mind. You feel exhausted, overwhelmed, ashamed of how easily you fall apart. And then you see someone else calm, composed, present. You wonder, how do they stay so grounded while I'm drowning in chaos? Here's the truth. They're not born stronger than you. They've just trained differently. Modern life convinces us that resilience is a trait, something you either have or you don't. But that's a lie. Resilience isn't a personality, it's a discipline, and most of us were never taught how to develop it. We live in a comfort-obsessed culture, a world that worships ease, that treats any discomfort as a crisis. We're told to avoid pain, avoid failure, avoid effort, scroll past it, medicate it, numb it. But the less we experience discomfort, the less we're capable of handling it. Soon, a delayed message feels like rejection. A flat tire feels like catastrophe. One small setback, and the mind crumbles. This fragility isn't a moral failing. It's the inevitable result of mental atrophy. Muscles weaken when unused. So does the mind. The Stoics understood this better than anyone. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Epictetus, once a slave, taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Seneca, the philosopher of adversity, put it bluntly, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor strengthens the body." To the Stoics, strength was not something you waited for, it was something you built every single day. Not by avoiding pain, but by turning toward it. Not by running from struggle, but by using it as fuel. So, if you're tired of overreacting, if you're tired of folding under pressure, if you want to be someone who remains calm while the world spins, then it's time to train. Here are 3 Stoic workouts for the mind practices to help you build inner strength, the way a warrior builds muscle. The first is called Voluntary Discomfort. Seneca wrote about it centuries ago. He advised the wealthy elite to spend a few days a month living like the poor, wearing rough clothes, eating the simplest food, sleeping on the floor, not out of guilt, but preparation. The idea is simple. Expose yourself to discomfort before life forces it upon you. Take a cold shower, skip a meal, walk instead of driving, sleep without a pillow, go a day without social media. Practice poverty not to punish yourself, but to detach from ease. When you choose discomfort, you teach your brain, "This won't destroy me." You learn to stop fearing what might happen because you've already touched it, you've lived through it, and you came out stronger. Ask yourself, if I lost my comforts, my conveniences, my lifestyle, would I still be me? The second mental workout is called obstacle framing. In his book, The Obstacle is the Way, Ryan Holiday reminds us of a core Stoic truth. Every difficulty is an opportunity to grow stronger if you frame it that way. To a Stoic, the traffic jam is a test of patience. The rude comment is a test of ego. The job rejection is a test of perseverance. This isn't toxic positivity, it's training. You stop asking, "Why me?" and start asking, "What is this teaching me?" You treat life like a gym. Everything is resistance. Some days you lift anger, other days disappointment, some days fear, and each rep makes you stronger. The next time something interrupts your peace, try pausing and saying silently, "This is training, this is my rep, let's lift." The third practice is daily reflection. Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself every night. He asked what he did well, where he lost control, what he needed to improve. This wasn't performance review, It was moral inventory. Today, we call this journaling, and it's one of the most powerful mental disciplines a person can adopt. Take 5 minutes each evening. Write down one moment when you kept your composure and one when you didn't. What triggered you? How did you respond? What could you do differently? When you do this consistently, something shifts. You begin to see patterns. You begin to respond with awareness rather than reaction. You become your own teacher. Ask yourself, did I train my mind today, or did I let the world train it for me? Now, let me tell you the story of someone who embodied all of this, someone who turned Stoic philosophy into literal survival. His name was James Stockdale. He was a US Navy pilot shot down during the Vietnam War, captured, tortured, held prisoner for over 7 years, no promise of release, no contact with the outside world. But he didn't break. He didn't lose his mind. He didn't lose his soul. Why? Because before his capture, he had studied Epictetus. He carried Stoic principles deep in his heart. And every day in that prison camp, he used them. He later wrote, "I never lost faith in the end of the story. But I also never confused that faith with the discipline to confront the brutal facts of my current reality." They could chain his body, but his mind? Untouchable. That's real strength. Not just surviving hell, but walking through it with dignity and tact. So, what about you? You may not be in a prison camp, but maybe you feel imprisoned by anxiety, by grief, by burnout, by overthinking. And still, you can train. Not for an easy life, but for the strength to endure a difficult one. You can build a mind that doesn't panic, doesn't flinch, doesn't collapse. You can build the kind of strength that doesn't shout, but holds firm when the storm hits. You can be your own Stockdale. Start today. Take a cold shower, face an obstacle and reframe it. Reflect tonight. Just one rep. That's how training begins. Because in the end, strength isn't something you wait for, it's something you forge. And the forge is discomfort. If this message resonates with you, subscribe to Stillness Forge. This is a place for those who want to grow not through escape, but through fire. And in the comments, tell me, what discomfort will you embrace today? Let's train together.